Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast Live. Tom and I are here coming at you Monday, November 10th. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. I know Tom and I have been beating on this for what seems like months and months and months, but we're going to continue to just drop the flying elbow and some stone cold stunners and some people's elbows on the dead horse that is WWE's ticket pricing. It continues to get deeper and deeper, and really can't wait to talk to Tom about this. Ridge Holland is also in the news. Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise walk out on AEW Collision, formerly Tegan Knox. Jesse Ventura, Chelsea Green, should be a good time. Can't wait. Let's roll.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
We have to do it here now. You see how I pointed with the points. Anyway.
Yeah. I like it.
For those of you who don't know, my name is funny because I'm Old Tom. Really Old Tom. And if you've ever seen Muppet Treasure Island, Old Tom.
Jesus.
Really Old Tom. Dead Tom. Oh, yeah. It's great. Fantastic. Good stuff.
I'm glad you brought the gimmick back. You know,
in honor of
gimmick.
Well, I have more bubbles to use now too, so I can be like I can be like extra cool with the gimmick. But in honor of there be the announcement of the forthcoming Miss Piggy movie. For those of you who don't know, I am a massive Muppets fan.
Also, you're a Muppet Mark.
I told you this morning there was a Miss Piggy movie coming.
So you're a Muppet Mark. So you've got a thing for putting your hand in people's assholes. Listen, whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home is none of our business.
You know you missed this for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I know. I've just been kind of letting it mellow a little bit, you know.
Dove right at the Muppet line.
Yeah, it went right for it, man. Right for it.
Just taking this one. This is mine.
So, hell yeah, that ought to be funny. Is it live action? Stop live action. Really.
No idea. They just said that it's in development. Finally, after 50 or 60 years or whatever, Miss Piggy is getting her own movie. And I'm like, has any Muppet ever gotten their own movie? So like, aren't they all in it together? Isn't like it that it's like this is the Muppets doing some shit. Like
yeah, or Kermit Takes Hollywood or Miss Piggy's Last Ride or whatever any of those things were, but it's always all of the Muppets.
Well, that's just the thing is that it's like it's Kermit's Last Ride. It's the Muppets' Last Ride. It's the Muppets Take Hollywood. It's the Muppet movie. It's Muppet Treasure Island, Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Haunted Mansion, which if you have not watched on Disney Plus it's so good. It's right up there with Garfield Halloween as my favorite Halloween special.
That's pushing it, bro.
Garfield Halloween is still
don't you disrespect the goddamn good name of Garfield, okay?
I'm not disrespecting Garfield. I love Garfield.
John is a good owner. He wants what's
John
best
is a
for
great
his
owner.
little orange cat.
He does. Look, when the chalk drawn ghosts show up to steal the pirate treasure in Garfield's Halloween special, it still hits just as well as it did at 40 as it did at like 4. So it's amazing.
Oh, that's good. So, everything else been good though?
Yeah, this was a weird week because like softball was over and so was soccer. So like had a kind of a randomly open weekend. I got things done. Like stuff that wasn't nailed down is nailed down again, and like stuff's put away that has been on tables for months. And what else did I do? There's like I have like a meal plan for the week. Like there's balanced meals planned for dinner. It's really been a turn. There were a lot of chicken nugget nights during soccer season and softball season. I'll tell you what. But we seem to be back on track now, and it feels good. So
good.
It's been a good week. I actually got to watch wrestling live a little bit, which is
I did also, not. I did not. I'm still very, very much in the weeds, so I'm very, very happy for you. So today ought to be interesting, but like, you know, we've got some wrestling adjacent topics.
The shows were just good. Like, there's really nothing dramatic to talk about. They were just good. Like, Dynamite was good, and like fucking everything was good. Except, I mean, there was a little incident on Saturday, which we'll talk about, but like everything was good. Wrestling was just good. This is the best SmackDown we've had in the can we call it the Road Dogg era? Might be the best SmackDown in the Road Dogg era. There's only like 5 or 6 shows, but oh no, he's frozen. Oh, he's back. Okay, thank God. Your mustache looks great, by the way.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mine would do that. I mean, it would do that if I would like let it.
We're like 3 days deep now. You know, it kind of fell. It kind of fell a little bit today. You know, throughout the day, but still figuring out what that formula needs to look like. The wife hates it. Hates it.
I mean, maybe you just need to wax it and curl it like
I do. I bought wax. I committed. I bought wax. Like, I don't want it curl. It swoops a lot more to start the day. It's a little bit more dramatic of a swoop. But I'm learning the ratio of wax to swoop beak. But the wife hates it. Fucking absolutely hates it.
I mean, maybe if you did the whole curl like your Captain Hook, that would be something.
She would probably shave it off in the middle while I slept. It's like today, right? We were sitting there. We were having dinner. We were at the taco joint. I was just enjoying my margarita and my chorizo burrito, which makes me just so very happy. She was just like looking at me. And, you know, you when you sit across the table from your significant other and they just give you that look, and it's like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, look at your stupid fucking face. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those things, and I said, hey, babe, what the fuck you looking at? She goes, that thing on your lip.
That thing on your lip. That's not nice.
I said, you still don't like it, huh?
It's part of the ensemble.
Still don't like it, huh? So maybe it'll grow on her. You know, we'll see. We'll see. She didn't really care for the man bun at first, you know, but has since grown to love it and wishes it no harm any further. So,
well, that's good. Ashley still hates when I wear a hat, but I told her that it's important for me to be able to block the sun and to be able to protect my glasses sometimes. Now, it was snowing today, so I didn't leave the fucking house, so I don't have a hat. I did not wear a hat today, and my hair is starting to grow in a pile, so I can do fun things with it this way, but otherwise, yeah. I'm like Vince McMahon up here. I got like a pompadour going on.
That's good shit, pal.
Good shit, pal.
Yeah. So, wife's not a fan, but thank you for noticing. I think we'll keep it. You know.
I mean, it's your face.
Yeah. You know, we'll see.
You don't tell her how to shave her face, right?
No.
Well, then you're good.
No, I enjoy breathing fresh air and, you know, seeing sunshines and sunsets and hearing the laughter of innocent children nearby. feeling the warmth of a cozy fire.
Also, for those of you who don't know, Walt's wife is beautiful, so it's like not
I just
let's
I would I
go
would
by us, but we've both done very well for ourselves in our lives.
I would never tell
We
that beautifully, vivaciously gorgeous young lady how to shave her face.
Yeah, we've both punched above our 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 values here. So
Yeah,
let's just take
definitely outkick the coverage.
yeah. We're two thumbs up for us. But anyway, there was wrestling this week, and I got to watch it because like I didn't have sports to go to. I got to like have regular workouts this week. Man, it was crazy. I didn't have to like be in the freezing cold in the middle of some field in Western Pennsylvania or fucking
Yeah,
Steubenville, Ohio one time. Jesus Christ.
that's fun.
No,
That's
no, it's not.
Yeah, that's real fun.
No.
Step on any needles while you were walking around a baseball field?
No, luckily for me, I was in the middle of fucking nowhere, so it was just dog shit and mud. But
That's good.
you know,
That's good. Hey, so this is a couple weeks old, and we didn't touch on it. There are multiple rumors that have been circulating recently that Jey Uso is kind of unhappy and may explore other ventures when his contract expires because he is extremely frustrated with his current booking.
who reported that?
It's just this was a Facebook dirt sheet thing, but I saw it that it was quoted. I think I want to say, fuck, it's been a couple of weeks. It wasn't Sports Kita because I would never. Anywho, regardless if it's true or not, what do you think about it?
So, man, if I'm Jey Uso, I better be. I bet I would be saying my prayers and eating my Wheaties every night that I continue to get main event opportunity after main event opportunity after main event opportunity to go out there and sell T-shirts to these loyal fans because he is not out there putting on like it's passable. I am not like it's hard. It's hard for me to say because like I want to walk a line between like I'm not an IWC mark where it's like Jey Uso is the worst wrestler I've ever seen. Fucking hate this guy. I don't. I actually like Jey Uso a lot. But
No, you're the worst kind of Mark. You're a smart Mark.
yeah. But is Jey Uso also right now, you know, punching above his price level? Yeah. He's I mean, he's a great hot tag. I'll give him that. You know, he had a good. He and CM Punk were much better tag team partners than they were main event opponents last week. Although I did hate the end to that match, and I'm usually one who's a stickler for countouts. I hated the end of that match, but you know. Yeah, he and CM Punk were much better tag partners last week, and they put on a much better show, I thought, than they did during Saturday night's main event. And maybe that's just a testament to the other two guys that were in that match. But Jesus Christ, no. If I'm Jey Uso, I am counting my lucky stars that I live in a world where the Samoan dynasty is at the tippy top of every card just because of their relationship to Roman Reigns and then Alpha and Sika before them, and Rikishi and Umaga and everybody else. But I can't. I could not fathom Jey Uso going anywhere else and receiving even a fraction of the treatment that he receives in World Wrestling Entertainment. I just can't.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything you just said there. You know, like this is definitely cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? Like this is nonsense. But I could see that he could be a little bit frustrated. You know, I'm sure there's there's revenue checks, that merchandise revenue check has gone down a little bit. You know, since he's not, you know, the rocket is falling from orbit a little bit right now. But he's in a spot that he never thought he would be in his entire career. He probably just needs to just chill the fuck out.
Yeah. I mean, honest to God, if you're Jey Uso and you're not just extremely grateful for where you currently reside upon the card and where you have resided on the card for the last 3-4 years,
Yeah.
You're missing the boat, because like you've won. You've won the wrestling game, right? I mean, he's about our age. He's maybe 39, but 40. He's about our age. And he's right now at the tip of his career. That 38 to 42 range seems to be right now, where you hit the top. And that's where he is. Constant main event scene, is in matches with the world champ, with the world champ. If he isn't the world champ, held the world title this year, was in the main event with the world champion at the last pay-per-view for the world title, was in a tag team with the world champion this past Monday. I mean, you can't, that's the top of the card, right? Like, you don't go any further up than that. That's where you live. He's not John Cena, I realize, but John Cena's sort of a spectacle event at the moment. He's not Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns is a hardcore part-timer now. Roman Reigns is what Brock Lesnar was in 2018. He's about as high as you can get without being a generational talent. And Buddy is like not a generational talent. And I hate to say that, because I really like Jey Uso and I like the Usos as a tag team. This whole tease back and forth of Jimmy and Jay going back to being a team together, I was kind of more excited for. And the fact that kind of fizzled in the last week or so, not fizzled is the wrong word, sort of was just dropped for at least the last couple of weeks. I was a little disappointed in, because I was ready to see those two kind of come back. I really think, if anything, the tag division needs some kind of kick in the ass, and I feel like if the Usos just come back and kill everybody and take all the tag titles and then end up on all the shows waving the tag titles around like, fuck you, we're the best, come get some, and just fucking kicking everybody's ass while they're holding the titles, that would pop me. That would be like when Brock Lesnar showed up and like ruined everybody in the Royal Rumble for like an hour. That's the kind of shit that I'm looking for out of them. And I feel like that might be the next best step, but that might be a next year thing. I realize the year's winding down. They got storylines and tie together. There's only so many people willing to come to work. Bunch of guys are hurt. And it just is what it is at the moment. So, get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? Speaking of guys that are hurt.
I saw a rumor circulating that he was going to be in the Hell in a Cell match, or the War Games match. I'm like, he's hurt.
They said he was going to be out till next year. So that would be wild, because it's a dental issue, yeah. Like there's.
I don't know that I ever really followed up on it.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing that they thought was going to keep him out and till at least early next year. I wasn't expecting to see him till the Rumble, at least, maybe even post Mania. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I hope you guys are right. I fucking love Jacob. Jacob's like the shit. Like, give me more Jacob. That's what I want.
For sure. Be all right with that.
Yeah.
Be all right with that for sure. For sure. So we kind of touched on this last week, you and I, and it did come out after Saturday night's main event. Jesse Ventura's contract with WWE has expired.
That's because he fucked up. Like, I know the internet feels differently, but I bitched about this immediately. when he got all huffy about the rules of the match, when Damian Priest walked out. I mean, I don't know what wrestling Jesse was watching in the 70s and the 80s, but like the point of the steel cage match, as I understand it, as a close to native Pittsburgher, I'm 20 minutes south, Pittsburgher, was that Bruno Sammartino would get these dastardly heels, and he couldn't just get a hold of the little fucker. So instead, they put them in a cage where Bruno beat the shit out of him, and then he walked out of there. Now they tried to leave. Climbing out of the cage is what your heel would do, because they're trying to escape your champion, or your dominant champion. But the dominant champion would smash them to bits, leave them in a beaten pulp, and walk out the door as a very dismissive sort of fuck off kind of way. And while I don't know, I know they were trying to get Priest over at the time. And looking back on it, that's not the right decision for that match. Drew probably should have won, because Damian Priest has since sort of fallen back into obscurity. I know that they had him run out on Friday. And also Drew's written off TV for a little bit to go film a part in a movie. So that's why he's suspended. But it's Jesse Ventura, both in not understanding the rules of the match in present day. He doesn't understand the point of the match as far as the history of wrestling is concerned. So it was like, to me, it was gross, right? Especially for an old guy who's supposed to be an old head. Like okay, so your reference is a very limited window of when you worked there, but like you don't know what happened before or after, and that to me is disrespectful. And if I know everybody that works in the office at WWE the way that I think that they do, they felt the same way that I did, where they looked at it. He's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Is he stupid? Did he not watch any wrestling before he worked here or after he worked here? Okay, we can't let this guy have a microphone because he has no idea what's going on, and that's a problem. Now, kudos to the back office for recognizing that this guy has no idea what the fuck is going on within the product, both before he worked for WWE in the 80s and then after the fact. So we're talking about a very limited, small window of time. Hulk Hogan was probably the champion for the entirety that Jesse Ventura worked at WWE. And he doesn't know anything about wrestling other than that sliver of time. And to give the man a microphone and like pretend like he's some sort of authority on it, he exposed himself and kind of made it seem ridiculous. And before he made it seem even more ridiculous, they were just like, you know what? We're good. And kudos to them for just sort of, they put him on for a minute with Joe Tessitore in the Saturday Night's Main Event prior. He was not at this past one, and now his contract is over, and I think that's fine. I didn't think he added much to it in all aspects. He always seemed ill prepared, which is something that like you're only showing up there was like 8 dates on his contract. For 8, you can't prepare for 8 dates. Prepare a little bit. Just prepare. Like I get that you're like, oh, I'm the body. I'm just gonna shoot from the hip. Look, you haven't seen the product. At least be aware of what's happening. And he wasn't. And I have no sympathy for Jesse Ventura. I think it's time for him to retire. I'm good. I'm good on Jesse. I was never a Jesse guy. So that's it. I'm good. It can be done. What are your thoughts? Go ahead and disagree with me. You're gonna do it. You're not gonna, but I don't know.
I didn't hear the last 3.5 minutes of your argument because my bandwidth is a little low. No, I'm directly wired into the.
My argument is that
Still
Jesse
can't
was
hear you.
unprepared. Jesse was unprepared, and he deserved what he got for being unprepared.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 100%. He was definitely unprepared every time he was there. You know, like you said about the steel cage thing, like it was used as a. You know, he was great to have and hit that nostalgia pop and all that good stuff. But outside of that, man, like he offered nothing to any of those events. And quite honestly, this last one was in a much better place because he wasn't there.
I don't like when somebody, particularly somebody on commentary, and I would be being inconsistent because of how critical I am of people like Excalibur. To not say that, like, you know, commentary is part of wrestling, and if your commentary team is taking you out of what's happening, you're like, that's not good commentary. That's bad commentary. And I think that what Jesse was doing was bad commentary. He was taking everybody out of the moment. He was breaking everybody's suspension of disbelief. And, you know, I don't think that's good wrestling. And, you know, while the internet marks might be really excited about that and be like, yeah, WWE sucks. Like, it sucks because he's making it suck. Like, we got to like we need some help on every aspect of it. You need some help from your commentary team, just like you need everybody in the ring to do what they're supposed to do. And if somebody fails at their job, that's the weak point. And Jesse Ventura was the weak point. And his leaving is only for the better of the product. It was nice to see him there for a little bit. I'm glad they brought him in for the beginning, but phasing him out was absolutely the right idea. And it was absolutely the right call. So I'm all for it. And I really liked Saturday Night's main event. I thought it was like sort of a return to form of these shows and of PLEs. As I've been very critical of WWE PLEs lately, as they've felt sort of shit. So hopefully we're back on an upswing because it felt like we were on a downswing, and hopefully we're back on an upswing.
Yeah, I mean, if this week's shows have anything to say about the direction that we're headed, I hope. You know, I think that the Jade Cargill promo was what I didn't want it to be, you know?
Yeah. I'm concerned about Jade's title reign. If we're being honest about SmackDown, I think that it was right to take it off of Tiffy. I really hope Jade's not exposed as like just being completely unready. And I hope that this is more of a building point for her to get better. It wasn't the best promo on Friday, but also I'm hoping that like she gets some good, you know, kind of, I don't want to say easy feuds, but some sort of like feuds where like she can be led through. I think that, you know, and I know we'll talk about Chelsea Green here in a little bit, but I think that Julia being relieved of her U.S. title duties puts her in a good spot to sort of maybe be the first person to be fed to Jade. I think Julia is a good person to sort of like lead Jade through a good match. I think those styles match up very well, and I hope that that's kind of where they're going with that.
Well, I mean, since we're here, I mean, obviously Chelsea Green won the United States Championship this past Friday. She's now a 2-time U.S. champion.
The first.
She's now the first and the fourth United States champion. Also, there was a rumor going around that she was in trouble. You know, she had a little bit of backstage heat. That Julia had some backstage heat. You know, over, you know, X, Y, and Z, and it was all really dumb shit, like, you know, complaining about her spot or whatever. And that's what prompted the title loss. And then, you know, it came out, conflicting report comes out that, you know, they relieved her of her U.S. title duties to situate her to challenge for the world championship, which makes a ton of sense, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
there's like 6 people. There's like 6 women on SmackDown who aren't hurt at the moment.
Yeah.
And they brought Lash Legend back on Friday, or brought Lash Legend up on Friday, to kind of lend some credence to that, maybe give a little bit of work room there, because and you and I talked about it last week. Like Tiffy's title reign was hamstrung by the fact that like Tiffy didn't have anybody to fight.
Yeah,
like she had nobody to fight. Like that Charlotte and Alexa thing got over, and that was like half the women's division on SmackDown. And it was like, shit, what? Like this is over. We got to go with this because it's selling T-shirts. People like it. They're having fun. Like we got to go with this. But like we're out of fucking like what are we going to have Nia Jax and Jade Cargill fight Tiffany like in loop forever? Like Jesus Christ. So I and like while Tiffany did okay with that, I agree with you because you're going to say Tiffy time was over. I agree. But Tiffany's reign lasted 302 days. But you know, Jade's not Tiffy. Like Jade needs help, and Tiffy had no help. So I think that's part of the problem. And bringing in, you know, relieving Julia of her U.S. title duties to sort of bring her into the main event picture to like at least have her be fodder at the moment for Jade. She can lead Jade through good match. Like if Jade and Julia have the best matches of Jade's career, that's only going to look good on Julia, who has, as of so far, failed to get over to a main event, to a main level crowd, to a WWE crowd. She got over the NXT crowd, but she has not yet gotten over with the main level crowd. And she needs to be able to do that. In order to be able to do that, she needs to do that with somebody who's probably going to kick her ass, because her thing is taking wild bumps, right? Yeah. She is the Sasha Banks sort of this present generation, despite her and Sasha are probably of similar, because Sasha Banks is super young. They're probably of similar age. But like that's who she is. Like she takes wild bumps. And somebody like Jade, who is a little green but is also a powerhouse, can really throw somebody like Julia around who knows how to take these bumps, but is also small enough that like Jade's going to be able to manhandle her a little bit and really be in control of that. So I think that putting her in that position positions them both for success. Now they have to get over on their own, right? Like Jade's over on her own just because she exudes an aura that is hard to sort of, you know, create or put into words. Like you can't build that. You just have to be that. It's a very China, very Rhea Ripley without the work rate type of aura, right? So like they've got Jade and they're putting Jade in a position to succeed. Now they're also putting Julia in a position to succeed. But the thing about Julia is that she has to be able to get over in English. And I think that's, you know, really where the internet wrestling community kind of comes in, where it's like, why did Stephanie Vaquer get over, but Julia didn't? Because Stephanie Vaquer in 18 months learned how to speak English at a level where she can cut promos on television in English. Julia still doesn't do that.
Right.
And that's like, even though like Stephanie Vaquer's like even though her promos aren't great in English, they're coherent, they're fluent, they're good. And, you know, even if she has to say stuff in Spanish, she can come back and like reiterate whatever she's trying to say in English, and it's clear and it's concise. And it's not deep or like, you know, interesting necessarily, but she gets it across. Julia doesn't do that. And I think that's really the difference there, is that like, and I'm not trying to say that like, oh, you got to speak it, but if you want to get over in America, you got to speak English, because 99% of, maybe not, that's maybe high. We'll say, you know, 85% of American wrestling fans only speak English. And you're going to like, while most of us are willing to listen and hear what you have to say, as is, but with, Asuka and Io and Kyrie and everything. But Asuka and Io and Kyrie speak wonderful English comparatively. Like, their English is fluent and great. We've seen them give interviews in English. Io particularly, they're fluent. Stephanie Vaquer is getting there as far as fluency is concerned. She just conducted an interview with Chris Van Vliet in full English, and it sounded great. And she was able to, have the full interview and conversation. It was great. Julia's not there yet with that. And that's really what you need to get over in America. You can cut all the Spanish promos you want, or Japanese promos you want, but if you can't sort of at least reiterate what you're trying to get across in English, it's not going to go over with an American audience. And that's really the difference here.
No argument for me on any of that. We've talked about that at length, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting, the whole SmackDown Women's Division, especially with the push coming from Julia, that we're expecting anyways. Nobody's here to say that that's actually going to happen, but I think that the writing's kind of on the wall for that. And Chelsea Green could very easily be a women's world champion one day, but I think that where we're at with the infancy of the United States Championship and the infancy of the Intercontinental Championship, having them respectively on Becky Lynch and Chelsea Green is only going to elevate those titles.
Becky cut one of the best promos that I've seen anybody cut in this year on Raw last week, where she stood on.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch Raw, so I didn't get.
Let's talk like last week's, like not today.
That's what I mean. I didn't watch last week's. I haven't had time.
I mean, it's just it wasn't even like, it was sort of a recap only, really, of where she is, where Seth is. It was very much a like, I'm here because Maxine Dupree thinks this is happening. My hot husband is hurting at home, and the Vision is going nuts. What the it was like, Becky had like 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes she laid out where she is, where the Intercontinental title is, where her husband Seth Rollins is, where the Vision is, and it was just like, watch it and you think about it as a wrestling fan, and you're just like, did she just get over like 3 different things in 2 minutes? Like, this is insanity. Becky Lynch is going to be like, singularly, this Becky Hogan shit better be dead and buried, because like, Becky Lynch is single-handedly going to get over Lyra Valkyria, reinvigorate Bayley, get Maxine Dupree over, get her husband's like shit over, as like, okay, no, Seth is really hurt. He's got the shoulder thing. We're fucked. The Vision, like, she's going to touch on that, but also make the women's intercontinental title feel really, really, really important, because she's the best women's wrestler that's ever existed. And it's not just her saying that. Sports Illustrated is saying that. Bleacher Report is saying that. Everyone is saying it. And she goes out here night after night after night and just shows us why she's the best in the ring. She's the best on the mic. And not only that, is that she seems at this point to be sort of like ready to, a rising tide raises all ships, and Becky is ready to bring every ship that they will let be within her water space up with her. And that's what she did on Monday in like 2 minutes, a week ago. She's probably on TV tonight. She's probably defending her title tonight against Maxine Dupree again. But I just, every single time she has she's captivating. Every time she has time, whether it's 2 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's 30 seconds, captivating. And Becky has proven, to me anyway, that she is one of the best hands on the mic and in the ring, period. Not just men, not just women, like, period. Like, just, she is the man is the real deal. And it's so solidified at this point that, like, it's indisputable. It's undiscussable. And everybody's saying it. Now, I'm not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it. Bleacher Report is saying it. Everybody is saying it. ESPN is saying it. I'm kind of marking out because I'm sitting here at the big screen on, and I'm hoping Walt's like restarting or making things work or getting whatever over. But yeah, so it was a big 2 minutes, and Raw last week, in and of itself, I thought was a really big and good show. The main event, I hated the end of the main event. I really did, with the count out and then a bunch of like, oh, what's going on? Oh my God. And then Logan Paul coming out and it's like, we're gonna get some answers from Logan Paul. Is he joining the Vision? What's going on? But like, I hated that. But like, everything else really was really, really good. Dom Mysterio continues to be just a monster, all the time, every time. And he had several segments on Raw last week. I know he had the first segment on Raw this week, which we will not spoil for our viewers who are watching live. For those watching it, for the millions watching at home. But man, is Dom Mysterio good. His promo with Ray last week was just, I got chills. Because Ray called Dom out and was like, you're better than this luchador and that luchador. You're better than Eddie Guerrero. Dom interrupts him and goes, how dare you speak my father's name? Which is an amazing callback to the, custody of Dominic ladder match that happened 20 years ago. Just masterful stuff. And, I wouldn't be surprised if Dom Mysterio was the champion at WrestleMania this year. I really wouldn't be. But you want to talk about a generational talent. Holy fuck, Dominic Mysterio. Like, I know that like a few years ago we were like, who's going to be the better one? Dom, or are we going to get Dom, or is it going to be Hook? Who's going to have the better debut? Who's talking about Hook? Because it's not me. I'm not talking about Hook. I wish Hook the best. I think Taz's son is great. But homie's not on Dom's level. Maybe someday he will be. Maybe he and Dom will fight for a world title at some point. I would love that. Because I love Hook. But he is being mismanaged, misused, and just not on AEW television. And I think that's a fucking crime. I don't know what Hook's up to. I don't know the backstory to it. I'm not as invested in it, but I needs me some more Hook. Can we get Hook on the same level as Dominic Mysterio so that we can have these generational, second year? Jesus, what's Dom? Dom's like what, 5th, 6th generation luchador? Like, let's fucking go. Like, let's get, 6th gen versus 2nd gen, Dom versus Hook. That's what I want. Sell me that. WWE, get on it. Where is Hook? Hold on. Oh God, he's coming back. Okay, good. I was just trying to put Dom versus Hook over. That's how far I got. Dom versus Hook. How do you feel about that?
Send Hook.
Can we send Hook to Dom?
Oh.
See where Hook is. Hook AW. Tyler Cole Synergia. He is a former 3-time FTW champion. Great. He is 6'0", 202 pound from St. Mark's Place. He is not. Where are we here, Hook? September 12th, Hook announced he would be leaving the ops. Hook came to the aid of Eddie Kingston from an attack from Big Bill and Brian Keith. That was September 20th. Nobody has seen Hook in 20 days on AEW television. He just helped out and didn't say shit. So hopefully there's good things coming for Hook because homie has been getting the shaft in AEW as of lately. So cheers to Hook. What do we got next, sir? Let's move on because I don't want to talk about Hook or Dom anymore.
So obviously, releases are a thing and contract issues are a thing. This past week, Ridge Holland of WWE fame spoke out at the release of his contract a couple of days before he expected, a couple of weeks before he expected, maybe. He made a statement, "I never thought I'd not be able to pay my mortgage. I feel like I've just been hung out to dry after getting injured working for another company on behalf of WWE. And to that, my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally fucked."
Yeah, it's shitty. I saw that too. I don't know, man. Like, Vince used to take care of people, at least through this kind of stuff. TKO seems pretty cutthroat. And I know that, like, Ridge spoke out a little bit about how he wasn't happy where he was. It sucks because, like, he wasn't really over, right? Like, they weren't there. There was no chance that he was getting a new contract.
No, after he broke Big E's neck, it was.
Yeah, I mean, that was it, and I don't know. Like, I know Big E forgave him and all that, but it's just like, man, like, he really did, like, kind of kill what would have been a golden goose, right? Like Big E was a big deal.
Yeah,
and
because he was over in NXT.
He was. I don't know. I don't know what the whole situation is, and we never will. But it's one of those things that seems just like, man, what could it, because he was a big guy. Man, his run on the main roster was actually, other than that little Big E spot where he broke Big E's neck, that was good. Like, that Brawling Brute shit was good. I feel like that spot kind of ruined that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they just decided they couldn't trust him anymore. And TKO's been cutthroat. Like, Vince had a heart for stuff like this, right? Like, Vince wouldn't cut you while you were hurt. And it's that's a really weird thing to say. Vince had a heart, but, like, Vince wouldn't cut people for this. But like TKO is just like, look, man, you fucked up enough. And I'm sure we can go back, and maybe somebody should. Maybe they should, like, tell us in the comments, like, well, this guy was hurt and Vince cut him because XYZ reasons happened. And it's probably drug addiction, if we're being honest. But, like this sucks. Like, if you're Ridge Holland, like, this sucks. I thought the guy was fine.
There's since been a GoFundMe that has been formed for Ridge Holland, and Wrestling's Elite has come out in support. Chelsea Green has set up a $1,000 a month automatic donation which I thought was really top tier of Chelsea Green. The Young Bucks have both donated to it. I'm sure Jericho's donated to it because that's kind of his MO. Anytime that there's a wrestler in need via GoFundMe for something, he's generally there with his 2,500 or 5,000, depending on the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, did you see him in his in all of his dad bod ripped glory?
I did. My only thought was that I hope that Jericho's 15 years older than we are, 55. I could only hope to look a little bit like that at 55. That being said, maybe put a shirt on. Like, I'm not telling you that you look bad. You don't. For a guy who has taken as many bumps as he has taken, and continues to wrestle, well, not lately, but
seemingly soon enough.
Yeah, right. Look, I'm in the camp that I feel like if they don't let Chris Jericho book himself, that if they give him a Royal Rumble to WrestleMania finish and like induct him in the Hall of Fame, great. Like, I'm here for that. I think he deserves that. Guy's been important for my entirety of being a wrestling fan for the most part. I mean, let's say from, when we were young teens to now, guy's been important for 25 years to us. Let give him what he deserves. Induct him in the Hall of Fame. Let him retire. He's made enough money. He's fine. He's great. He's got a mediocre glam metal band that is okay sometimes.
I believe I'm coming.
Yeah, something like that. I just,
juice in my mind.
Yeah, give him his flowers. Guy deserves his flowers. If anybody deserves their flowers, it's fucking Chris Jericho, right? Like, let's let him retire. Let him have a Royal Rumble appearance. Induct him in the Hall of Fame. Let him walk out there. Let him give a speech. He loves to talk. He loves to give a speech. Let him do it. I'm here for it. Let's go. I think that's where he is right now. I think that AEW took him too seriously for too long. And I think that's I'm not being too much by saying that, but they took him too seriously for too long. And I think that giving him, some sort of like heavily scripted end of like some, not exactly John Cena shit, but some like heavily scripted, like, all right, Chris, go out there and say this. We love you, buddy, kind of thing. I feel like is very apropos for him.
Yeah.
Are you spoiling this for us there, the scammer? Because we shut this off so that we could talk to each other. Because to us, hanging out is more important than watching wrestling right now. But we'll stop and then we'll go watch because that's what we do. But yeah. Good.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I hope Gunther's back. That would be amazing. We haven't seen Gunther in a while. Thank you for making me want to watch Raw. I appreciate you, sir. My man.
Hell yeah. So about this Sam Adams holiday pack.
I haven't.
Sam's Club.
I saw that existed, but I haven't bought it. Oh, right. You have them in Sam's Club. What's that? Old Fezziwig. Old Fezziwig is so good. That might be my favorite Sam Adams beer. It's like the cold brew. That one's okay.
Stout. It's not bad. It's new.
It's new in the can. I feel like I've had it on tap. Okay.
It's not bad.
I'll give it a try.
It's got a bunch of winter lager in it, which I'm okay with.
Winter lager, because it's a warmer.
But it's got white winter ale in there also.
Oh,
just cracked this.
That's a special winter warmer, like the winter lager plus the ale. That might
spiced and citrusy, and it is that.
Ooh,
I kind of like that.
That might be a. It snowed today.
Yeah, it did snow today.
That might be a. It snowed today. Beer.
It did snow.
So held in this year with snow.
Hopefully, Ridge Holland ends up okay. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
we're rounding to third base here. Getting ready to head towards home, which I think is much needed because we've put on some like 3 hour marathons here recently. But if you're still hanging out with us, man, we appreciate it. Please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Maybe even consider subscribing. That would be awesome as well. Well, Tom, the time has come for us to jump off the top rope and do an annihilator or a bonsai splash onto said dead horse that is ticket pricing. WWE had their Q3 earnings call this past week. And former WWE reality television star Maven said Vince knew that the everyday family was where his bread was buttered. You can say whatever you'd like to say about Vince McMahon. Vince knew that the everyday family was where his bread was buttered. He knew that in order to create generational fans, he was going to have to make his product accessible. They are pricing out their loyal fans, and wrestling is not the only one doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I had this conversation last week, after our show. And actually, I had it last night watching the Steelers game with a buddy, and we were talking about like these experiences that we like to go and do, and he's like, it's such a pain in the ass to even go to a concert anymore. He said, a concert that used to cost $75, all in fees, parking, et cetera, now costs over $300. And I said, well, hey, I feel the same way about going to a wrestling show, and we were kind of talking about some of those things. But what prompted this was Nick Khan has, on the Q3 earnings call, he defended WWE's expensive ticket prices.
Of course he did.
And he said that it makes the brand more in demand. Here's what Nick had to say. Capacity continues to be very high. We've increased prices appropriately with the marketplace. That's for the PLEs, Raw, SmackDown, Saturday night's main events, and every other ticketed program WWE has. One of the first things we collectively did with TKO was reduce the non-televised live events, which created more scarcity in the marketplace for our televised events.
Mm-hmm.
And our continued international expansion only furthered that. So even in January, you'll see us on a European tour for Raw and SmackDown, leading into Royal Rumble, which takes place in Saudi Arabia. Tickets are already on fire for that event. Of course they are. And again, creates more scarcity in the United States, which is a good thing in terms of our overall gates.
Oh, great. So they can just sell everything to the Saudi prince for the major events. This is a road to nowhere. And I'm gonna give you an example of myself recently, because this is where we are with this, and this is what's going to happen. We are at the cusp, but like we are at the precipice where we are about to fall into a hole that has no bottom. I went to A Day to Remember this past week. A band I love. I love A Day to Remember. Fantastic band. Their live show is fine. Recorded, incredible rock band, and I'm going to call them a rock band. I'm a big metalhead. They shift into metalcore a little bit, but they're a rock band. they were They were on tour. They went to PPG Paints this week. We got tickets for $32 a piece. We were in the bowl. There was only lower bowl. The upper bowl was not accessible. It was a Wednesday show. Like, that makes sense. And it's fucking cold outside. Like, okay, lower bowl only, $32 tickets. We were great. $32 all in. And we had concert cash, so like it came down. But so we were there for that. We had great seats. But we were there in PPG Paints. So we went out to a little downtown bar. We went to the Super Bowl, which is sort of my favorite little downtown bar. It's a cheap place to eat. Get a sandwich. You both get a beer, whatever. It's like a $60 check, and you're great. Everybody's full. Dinner was good. It was fun. But we go to the show. Beers are $20.99 before tax. For an Icy Light was a $19.99. I'm sorry. So $1 cheaper if you wanted Pittsburgh water beer. No, the other stuff was $20.99. So a craft beer is $20.99, and Iron City is $19.99. So, oh yeah, and a margarita, a cocktail is $27. $27, almost 30. I paid $32 to sit in my seat. A margarita is $5 less than the chair that I sat in was for the entirety of the concert. So we, it being a Wednesday, us being adults, we just embraced sobriety, because who's gonna pay fucking $20 to $30 for a drink? That's insanity. So I just sat there and I watched the show. I had a good time. We watched the whole show. Like, we were there early. We watched the opening bands. We the Wonder Years, a favorite of Ashley's. We saw them twice this year. They were at Forecourt. Great band, great show. But like, you're telling me that me should watch WWE in that capacity, because that's where they come. PPG Paints in Pittsburgh is where WWE comes. Tickets aren't even cheap for the holiday show. You're telling me I should pay $100 for good, decent, not even good, decent, $100 for decent seats individually, not in. So $200. I'm $200 in to sit in the lower bowl for 2 tickets. I'm not bringing my family. I'm bringing my girlfriend, who also has a job and contributes to this household. Like, $200 for that show to just to get in the door. And then when I get there, I show up, and if I want to have 2 adult beverages, that's another $40 for me. So it's $80 for 2 of us to have 2 adult beverages, and that's just if we're drinking beer. And that's like before tip, like. So I'm at 2 plus 80 plus tax plus.
What if you see the brand new Sami Zayn t-shirt? You're going to want to buy that too.
Right. Plus maybe I want to buy a t-shirt. So we're saying that one event is $300+ for a Thursday night or a Friday, $300. I make okay money. Around $300 for one night is insanity. Insanity.
Around Christmas.
On Christmas, it's fucking like the 22nd that they're going to be here. 27th. It's the 2 days after Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Look, I understand that John Cena is on his retirement tour, and people are falling over themselves to see him for the last time.
I mean, we tried. All we did was fall down some steps.
We looked and went, ugh!
My hot take is, guess which wrestling is still affordable for families?
Ooh, Guess what wrestling is
I
still.
mean, I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. We've been having this argument, Ashley.
We had great seats and a great time, and they were $35 tickets.
Yep.
Ashley said her driving was great too.
Sure.
Walt says sure.
She got us there safely and got us home safely.
Yeah, I mean, we made it. Nobody died. Nobody hit
number one. That's the most important mission.
Yeah, nobody had to pay for car repairs either. Like, I've not died.
We didn't have to pay for parking either. Don't forget that.
Thanks to our homie.
Yeah.
Right there. If it weren't for him, we'd have been fucked. But
and we would have been walking like 7 miles.
Yeah,
up the hills in Oakland.
I'm not good. That stadium is on a big hill. Okay, look, there's a lot of parking garages on that hill. Like, that hill is like littered with parking garages, but none of them are accessible. Whatever. But yes, I agree. Terrible, but also I went to school in the hills too, so it's not like, anyway. I will not be arguing with her about how many hills we all had to walk up to go to college classes. No, I don't want to die on any hill.
Hey buddy, I went to school at West Virginia University, home of the Northern Hemisphere's largest staircase.
Yeah, you and the rest of my friends went there too, and I walked them hills too. Jesus Christ. It was there.
We all have hills.
Fucking hammered going, oh my God, how many more steps are there? And they were like, that many? And it was, we just pointed the fucking sky. And it was like, oh, okay. Just crawl up the, this is what everybody did. They just crawl up the goddamn railing like your fucking cliffhanger. Terrible. Anyway. Terrible. I have amazing calves though. Amazing dad calves. Amazing. So thanks WVU and Bethany College and Pitt for our amazing dad calves. None of you got fucking shit on me or Walt or Ashley.
Now I'd probably have a heart attack trying to walk them fucking steps now.
Yeah. It's weird they don't find like corpses on those steps, to be honest. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'd probably have a fucking heart attack. My current level of fitness,
buddy. Like there, I'm sure there's kids there.
I get out of breath trying to take a shit. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's kids there who would envy your level of fitness at the moment. You're on your feet all day.
Yeah.
Like there's kids there who like haven't been to class in 3 months and are gonna die halfway up that hill because they're gonna like gotta take the maybe I don't know. Assumption,
but I do like the ticket pricing thing, and then to like double down on it on your earnings call is something that you're going to continue to work on and manipulate. And you know, like you said it yourself, you're getting ready to fall down this bottomless pit of just despair. And I don't think this is good for anybody. I definitely don't think that it's good for WWE. I definitely don't think that it's good for TKO. It's not good for the stockholders. It's not good for the talent. You know, like they need to figure this out sooner rather than later. But the problem is people are still paying for them, you know? And
for now, but like, let's put this into perspective. Like, okay, so our parents we went to shows as kids. Our parents brought us because we loved it, and they were like, "All right, what's $50?" Right?
Yeah.
And that was what it was to them, right? And it was like, let's bring him. We'll sit up here. It'll be great, and you know he'll get to go. He'll have a good time. And we have those experiences. We had those experiences, and then when we were like a little bit older, and even like up until recently, like this was just a few years ago. Like you and I were like, we're fucking friends. Like we love this. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we went, and then we went again, and we went again, and we went again, and we went again. And it's like, this was great. And we had great nights, and we
Yep.
had amazing times. And we've talked about it on this podcast before. But now it's like, oh, hey, WWE's coming. Do you want to go? And then we look at the ticket prices, and it's like, before it was like, do I want to spend $80? And this was like, we had this conversation like 2 years ago. Do we want to spend $80? And now this conversation is, do we want to spend $500?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not a like those do not compute, right? And that's the problem, is that we went from like, oh, well, I could spend $80 and then whatever, like 30 or 40 bucks at the show. But it's like, now it's like, oh, do I want to spend $200 on my ticket plus, let's say, I have 2 beers at the show, another 40. So am I spending $250 by myself for the same seat that we spent $80 plus $14 a beer at? It's not, it's incomparable. It's like they've doubled the price in 2 years. And it's unheard of. Like, the price was already a little bit touchy, and it was already a conversation 2 years ago. And it's like, well, you and I were like, well, you know what, we're doing, just to put this in the atmosphere, like, we're doing good. Like, we're fine.
Yeah.
You and me, like, we're in good shape. But like, at the same time, it's like, imagine the, like, everybody who's not doing, and that was 2 years ago. Right? It was you and I who were like, well, we're doing good now at, 38 years old. We can shell out $150 for a great night at a wrestling event. Like, that's cool. But now it's $300. And I'm like, what in the honest to God fuck is happening right now? And that's just me. I can't take my kid. But I have two, we have 2 kids. $300. This is $900. Like, our kids aren't drinking, obviously, but like, they don't get a discount for being kids. Kids are just $5. Do you remember that for monster truck shit? How many $5?
Sunday.
How many monster truck things were you at for $5? Like, I was at 5 or 6. Like, that's just, what are we doing? What is happening? Because like, you're killing, like, my kids don't give a shit about wrestling anymore. They could not care less. When Bianca Belair got hurt, Evie's been checked out since since WrestleMania. Damien never gave a shit. I don't go to shows either. I just watch it on TV. Is that what you want? Is that what they're going for? Are we just going to go with AI wrestling? I'm not going to watch AI wrestling. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? This is the we're hitting the precipice of the bottomless abyss. Is everything going to happen in Saudi Arabia? That's fine, but what happens when no kids want to wrestle anymore? When no kids want to be, when there's no next Cody Rhodes, when there's no next Ridge Holland, when there's like, when all of these people, like, it's like boxing. Whose kid wants to get into boxing? Are you letting your kid box? My kids couldn't box if they wanted to. Boxing's not going to be a sport in a few years. Is wrestling not going to be a sport? Like, where are we going with this? And this is the hole we're falling down. It's like we're trying to hit this. They're trying to hit this peak, right? And then we're just going to go boom. And maybe wrestling doesn't exist anymore when I'm an old man.
Maybe.
And what the fuck happens at that point? Like, that sucks, but like, that's the reality of the situation. And that's where we are. We're at a precipice. When things start falling, when John Cena retires, let's say 1 year from now, 12 months from right now, There is no more John Cena. We've only seen Roman Reigns 3 times between now and then. Cody Rhodes is mixed tagging with Brandy Rhodes in some bullshit with Nikki Bella, who has a twisted ankle. Are we? Is anybody going to that? Is anybody paying $300 for that? Like, sure, the shows are good right now. Right now. What happens when we lose John Cena? What happens when we lose? I mean, Gunther's only a few years younger than we are. What happens when we lose? Like, where do we go from here? We're going to build all these stars really quickly because we've not built like more than 1 or 2 in the last 5 years. There's going to be this hole where nobody gets over because everybody sucks. And does everybody just suck harder after that? I don't care how good the creative is. Does everybody suck hard? What happens? Like, we shared a thing last week. AEW talent is already like all the champions now, and they're the only people that were giving new guys a chance. AEW is not giving new guys a chance anymore unless you're Hangman Adam Page, who is also 40 years old.
Yeah.
Where is wrestling in 5 years? This is a race to the bottom for short-term gains. I mean, what do you do? What are we doing? Figure it out, because like, oh, we can charge $300 a ticket now. You're going to charge $5 a ticket to empty arenas and to empty fucking middle school classrooms. Not even like the cafeteria. You're going to have to book the classroom. We could fit 20 people in here. We got 2 wrestlers per match and a referee. We can fit 17 people. $8. Like that. That's where we're going to be in like 5 years. They're murdering it. And the bread is buttered when the family can't go. There's no kids in that audience. There's a guy with a green shirt. He's a millionaire. That's it. How many millionaires are there? Not enough to fill every arena. Monday and Friday. They're not going to get their kids into wrestling. This is a race to the bottom, and it sucks. It hurts me to continue to talk about this, but I have to hammer this home because every single time I can, bands are more like concerts are my bread and butter. Bands are more like attuned to this because like if they overprice their tickets and nobody comes, they pay for the show. And they don't want to do that. Concert ticket prices came down a lot this year. They really did. I went to more concerts this year and I spent less money. But wrestling has gone the other way. And bands can get hot real fast. Wrestling can't. It takes a long time to learn how to wrestle. And they're fucking up. They're fucking up right now. For the short-term gain and the long-term loss. So maybe I'm wrong.
Not here for it, man. I hope that we can get something figured out on the ticket pricing and, they can still make their millions and millions and millions of dollars every single week.
For the million.
Wow. They price out the million guys. So, so the big news this weekend comes out of AEW. Seems to be a little bit of internet breaking. Nixon Newell.
Oh, boy.
Formerly of Tegan Knox fame in NXT/WWE, and her tag team partner, Miranda Elise, allegedly have walked out of AEW Collision this past Saturday
Mm-hmm.
due to differences in creative opinion.
Mm.
It's since come out that they cut this like promo on Wednesday. I guess
Yeah.
I haven't.
They
Again,
were on TV on Wednesday. I did watch Wednesday. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. Like last one. Yeah.
so they cut some sort of promo. And then when they got to the building on Saturday, they were told Wednesday that there was nothing else for them, whatever, that they would be used on Saturday. So they went on Saturday. Maybe the promo aired on Saturday. I don't know. There was a promo.
No, the promo
There-
was on Wednesday.
There was a promo. There was a Dynamite. There was a conversation backstage. Hey, we need you on Saturday. Make sure you're at the building on Saturday.
Yeah.
However, all that happened, I don't know the logistics.
It was a like kind of, so let me put it into, because I watched this live. Let me put it into perspective. So it was a quick promo on Friday, but to me, who knows Nixon Newell and who knows Tegan Knox, like, oh shit, cool. Like that's immediately kind of like when I put stuff on for AEW, it's not necessarily on Wednesdays because like that's the day we should, like, I trade the kids off and everything, and so it's like Wednesday is just kind of like a day where either I have a date, Ashley and I have a date, or like it just becomes a thing. And so like I'll put it on Thursday because I'll just put it on the screen that you're seeing me point at right now. Is, I'll just put it on while I work. And when I saw her pop up, I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And she's got her tag team partner there, who I don't know, or I don't give a shit.
I thought she looked like Evilise, who had been previously terminated from AEW.
But we confirmed they're not the same people. They're not the same person. We looked this up before the show. Thank you, everybody. We do our research here. Not the same person, but you're right. She looked like Evilise. And we're like, oh shit, okay. Nixon Newell's back, Tegan Knox, and okay, cool. Like, in my opinion, I'm like, oh, all right. Like, she's back. It's not notable to me in any aspect other than maybe this will be good. Because, like, she never was a big deal, but she was supposed to be a big deal, right? And that's how it was presented to us, at least as far as NXT was concerned. Her main roster run was less than interesting, and then she was released. I feel like it was because she got a big NXT push, and then she got hurt, and she was gone for a year, right? And then she came back, and it was really important, and she got turned on by her best friend in the world, the captain of Team Kick, but then like shortly into that run after that, she got hurt, and they couldn't finish that story. But then, fast forward another year, she's on the main roster of WWE, and she looks totally different. Like, her hair is rainbow colors, and she's in new gear, and she's like, but they're trying to put her over, like, real hard. But, like, there's no real gimmick there other than, like, hey, we tried to push her in NXT twice, and so you should care about that. And it was like, okay, I'll try. But like the live crowd was dead for her. And it was like, they had no real reason to care. And, releases came up, and WWE had basically paid for 2 years of injuries and to let her sit at home. And it did pretty decent contracts, in my understanding. Probably more money to sit at home than I make, likely. So, they were just like, we're good. It's not, the live crowd doesn't care, and we're good. And we're about to go in a new direction. And they did shortly after that. Like, Vince was still in charge at that point in time when she was released. And, so now here we are all those years later, and she shows up in AEW with a tag team partner to do tag team shit with the only over tag team, TJ, who Tay Conti has been gone for 2+ years because she and Sammy Guevara had a baby. And Tony Khan was like, no, go home, have fun. But like, TJ is back, and they're the only over women's tag team in AEW right now. And I guess they were going to get squashed on Saturday because it's fucking Collision, and everybody there's squash matches on Collision. I'm not saying that squash matches on Collision are a good thing, but that's just what Collision is. It's the biggest of B shows. If Dynamite's their A show, Collision is the B show. And hey, we're going to bring out enhancement talent on the B show to give them a chance on on television, for fuck's sake, because it's not live, it's pre-taped. But on television, here you go, B talent. Here's your B tag team. You're going to get squashed by TJ, who is the only over women's tag team that we have, despite having tag team titles for the women. You're getting squashed. Nobody's seen you before except for 30 seconds on Wednesday. And we're going to give you 30 seconds because you're Nixon Newell. You've got some clout. Here we go. See you on Saturday. You've got 2 minutes on Saturday to get squashed. Great. You get an entrance. You get everything. Amazing. Take it. Go.
Well, somebody else agreed with your sentiment on that. Tyra Valkyrie said, at the end of the day, this is a business. It is our job. It doesn't matter if you get 1 minute or 45. You make every second in front of those fans and on that TV count. It is an honor and a privilege to be a part of the show. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I've been in every position. Good, bad, champ, enhancement, and you've got to make every single aspect and every single aspect of the show, small or big, is important. Make it count.
Just to kind of go back to it, like, I don't know who Nixon Newell's partner was. I don't. Like, I've never heard her before.
Hey, just real quick. Hey, Dawn, don't gentleman me, okay? Because if you're coming in here with the spoiler that I just saw whenever I was trying to keep up with some other things,
Dawn,
I'm going to be very upset.
Nope, let him go. Just
Going to be very upset.
Just throwing it up.
Now, if you come in here and you want to rattle Tom around a little bit, I'm here for it. Okay. I've had a long day. I could certainly use a good laugh. But
Dawn, I watch it live, but don't do it.
Sitting in Boston traffic, he says. Yeah, I'm sure you're just leaving the show, and I saw the ending because I'm a mark and I can't help myself. And I wish that I hadn't. So, yeah, you be safe. Hopefully you're not driving. Are you driving?
Hopefully you're not driving. Hey, but by the way, respond to us. Are you driving?
The scammer gateways. The gate W says, yeah, Tom is a mark. Rattle him.
Okay.
Tom,
great.
you are a mark. See, I'm not the only one that thinks you're a mark.
That's fine. You're allowed to think it.
He goes, so I'm sitting in Boston traffic and I'm explaining to the guys about this guy, Tom. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Look, if I have seen further, it's only because I've stood on the shoulders of giants.
Here we go. Here we go.
Walt's pretty tall.
Oh, here we go. I just it's.
He lets me stand on the shoulder and do. He lets me stand up and do this. Actually, you guys saw my picture of me. I had Ashley on my shoulder last week. Like, you saw that picture last week, and Walt and I do that all the time. And like, I do.
No, we don't. My back could never withstand such a torturous. Yeah, I'm just. I'm
Don't
lucky.
let him lie to you. Walt is the strongest human I know.
I'm falling apart in my old age here, you know.
Strongest human I know.
Tom, you're getting roasted in the comments right now.
That's great. Please. Oh my God. Can we put him up?
Did you mention his slight tism?
My slight tism?
Yeah. I'm assuming that was directed your way.
First of all, I have no tism. Thank you. I am a lowercase r. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
God, we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, like here we go.
Lowercase r.
Here we go. Don, I'm glad you had a good time at the show.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
am glad that you had a great time at the show. So anyways, so this goes on, right? And they just recently did a Twitch stream, and Nixon Newell had said that they were told that they were going to have 3 minutes and that they didn't agree, uh,
3 minutes is so much minutes.
because they had cut a pretty good promo to set up the match, and it felt really rushed and thrown together. And whoever
That's
the
what AEW
producer
is.
or whoever the producer or the coach or whoever that it was that they were speaking to said, "Yeah, you're right. You can just go ahead and go home, and we'll pick it up next week." And then the match didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did tell you to go home, but it probably wasn't in the sense that you took it. That hey, that's a good idea. We're just gonna scrap the match tonight and just revisit it. No, it's called you're going to go out here and you're going to get squashed because that's what you're here to do, and collect a paycheck. So why don't you shut the fuck up and take your money and then go home? And that's not what happened here.
So what you're saying is the producer was like mean and was like, "Oh, yeah, just you're right. Just go home and we'll just pick it up next week." And then they were just like, "Fuck these bitches. Like, get the fuck out." Like, no. Hard no. We can have TJ smack their asses into any bitch we want. And they have 3 minutes on Saturday. Saturday's an hour-long show. There is like 20 minutes of commercials.
It's only an hour now.
Yeah, it's only an hour. Like 3 minutes is like there's only like 40-ish minutes of this show. 3 minutes is like every segment. It's like, the best segments get 6 and there's a commercial break between them. Like, it's an hour-long show. Like, what are you fucking talking about? We're going to tape it and there's going to be dark match. You guys don't even get to work dark matches because, like, Kenny Omega's here and he's going to fuck around for 20 minutes with somebody. Like, Kenny Omega's not fighting you. Kenny Omega's going to finger poke, like, somebody else. It might, I don't know who. It might be a girl. It could be anybody. He could poke Tony Khan for 20 minutes in a dark match. I don't know. But like that's what it is. Hey, come back on Saturday, guys. We've got an hour of TV and you've got 3 minutes after commercials. We'll give you the minute. You'll get an entrance, but it'll be during the commercial break. So you're gonna come out into the commercial break and you're already in the ring stretching because, like, you've not warmed up beforehand for whatever reasons. You're doing this in the corner. Like, gotta keep stretched for my 2-minute squash match. Try to shiny wizard somebody I'm gonna miss, and then I'm gonna take that ass bump thing. That's my match.
Don the Barber says, we made a decision tonight, I'm assuming him and his group of friends, that a Vegas trip to Mania will be happening. Well, Tom and I will be there if we hit the $70 billion trillion Powerball and we split it so that we can go and enjoy those $68,000 tickets per night, for WrestleMania. But
It's
otherwise,
gonna be real hard because, like, we're not even like playing the Powerball. So
yeah, that was kind of where I was at. So, you have a great time with that, bud. Super
send us pictures. Can Dawn send us? Can Dawn be our officially unpaid nosebleed seat photographer?
Sure, whatever makes him happy.
Send us pictures.
I'm sure he'll share some things with us.
If you share the pictures, Dawn, we will put them. I will share them.
It'll be a good time. You guys will have a good time.
You will. And we will have a good time through you. We vicariously live through you. message us after the show.
It sounded dirty. Are you hitting on him right now?
I mean, does it get me closer going to WrestleMania?
I don't know. That's a question for him, not for me.
I mean, I'm pretty good at rubbing.
Oh. So I'm assuming this is for you because Don the Barber says perfect, and then he says, "Remember, you have to share them."
Buddy, if you're sending us pictures, we will share every.
He's gonna do something to troll you. You know that, right? Like,
we will spend a whole episode sharing your pictures and commentating them. Like, go to WrestleMania, share every picture you take, every last one of them. What I do in my own home is analyze every picture that you'll take. Look, you don't understand how, like,
that was a different guy. That's
right.
the scammer Gate W. What you do in your own home. I'm assuming that's a callback to our little.
Absolutely, amazing.
Basically, he's talking about you rubbing Don the Barber down.
But I will share everything. I'm sorry. Did I not like lift my girlfriend on my shoulder and share
buddy?
That?
See, here we go.
Great. Look, you will give me so much fodder. Like the fodder in which I will, like, Mania only happened. Like, Trump will be dead in April.
Hey man, are you sitting at a red light right now, like just fucking wrecking shop? What are we doing here?
If you don't think, if you think that we have enough people watching us, that I will get canceled by just ripping. Like,
I love that you come in here every week and you get him all fucking fired up. You know, I really do.
Oh, man,
here guys,
like. Buddy, I feel like you're like my
It's like firing up the Yamaha.
We've got a fun yin and a yang going on here, and he's just like, man, can I give you like everything you want me to give you, so that you can just be, so that I can be terrible, and that's really what it is. Is Dawn is just like, Tom, like, let me just like give you the fuel to be terrible, and it's like you don't understand how much I want to be terrible. And you just like you want to like I love you because how much you want to just be like, here, buddy, just fucking scratch that itch. Like, I know
WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump.
Yeah,
I think I think you've been corrected whenever you mention Donald Trump's name. You should make sure that you preface it first. WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump. Listen, if I were to read in between the lines here, I would say that that's just a slight production note for you.
Yeah.
How are you going to get canceled for supporting the greatest president of the United States?
Did I not wish for his death like a little bit ago? Like, how is that support? Like, I'm trying to I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna sell. Like, I like actively say things like I'm gonna celebrate his death, and it's like, how do you support this guy? And I'm like, I just wished him to die. Like, I don't understand what we're in. Like, I realize these are like things that like we can't clip this because apparently if we put it on,
I wouldn't clip this anyways. Like,
I know, but it's like, oh, I wish he would be unalived. Like, if we're talking in an Instagram, I said die, but like if we're talking about like Instagram terms, like unalived, like Jesus.
I think they're asking the scammer wants to know if you're talking about Jimmy Carter being dead.
I mean, Jimmy Carter built more houses than I did, by like a lot. So I don't know. I mean, he's dead also. Like, Jimmy Carter lived to be like 100.
Don says you wishing for his death like you being a lawyer. Fake news.
I never claimed to be a lawyer. I actually don't practice, so that's fine. I do have a degree. It's here. It's around. Anyway, but like, no, I don't practice. Absolutely not. Are you kidding? Have you met a lawyer, like an actual practicing lawyer? Are they happy? I'm going to answer that question for you. They're not. You know who is? You know what else they don't have? Rey Mysterio masks.
Yeah, that came from Mexico. You wouldn't have been able to got that with your wall there.
Yeah, exactly. Booyaka, booyaka.
Oh shit!
It's a really hard mask to wear with glasses, though. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
I wore it with sunglasses once at a outside thing.
That's kind of amazing. Actually.
It wasn't great.
I mean, not for you, but for everybody else, that was amazing.
wasn't great. Wasn't a great time.
They were like, "What the fuck is bearded Rey Mysterio doing here?"
So I think that we're all in agreement, though, that like you've got to make time. Like you've got to make whatever time you're given work. That's just part of the gig sometimes, and it's unfortunate. This was had potential to be a second lease on life for Tegan Knox, and seems like we just kind of pissed it away here. So
she literally did this to herself.
Yeah. I mean, we'll keep our eye on it if anything else develops from it. But I think to me this was a massive misstep by somebody that is a quote unquote free agent. You are not in any position in any major company to try to negotiate your creative position, especially in any promotion that's making millions of dollars, whether it be TNA, AEW, WWE. You want to try to negotiate and live off the fact that you're Tegan Knox. You were walked under the wrong banner to walk into that backstage to try to push your weight around. So hopefully
maybe she'll mix tag with Kevin in some middle school.
Oh yeah, Dawn, are you still there? Real quick before I go into match of the week, how was meeting Kevin this past weekend? I genuinely want to know how meeting Kevin was this weekend.
What was that middle school cafeteria like? I mean, I saw.
But he was at the Boston Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, I assume the ceilings are just as dropped there. So, I mean, maybe not.
It was a meet and greet.
I mean, in a drop ceiling, like
probably in a giant convention center.
I mean, those don't have drop ceilings generally, so maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
So hopefully we can get an answer from him. In the meantime, there's only really one thing left to do here, Tom, and that is the world famous One Fall WrestleCast match of the week.
I already know what yours is because I watched it, but also you didn't watch this. So, my match of the week was one Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Kabuki Warriors on Monday Night Raw this past week. It got time. It got a lot of time. It got like 20 minutes. It was a good chunk of the match, which I know we just argued about, like, oh, if you get 3 minutes, you get blah, 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 blah. But like, holy fucking shit, was like Bayley and Lyra and the Kabuki Warriors, obviously, are like 4 of the best workers, period, working in wrestling right now. What a match. Holy shit. Was it a match? They just kind of went out there like, hey guys, you want to like tear down Raw, which is the best wrestling show on television consistently for 20 years? And they were like, no, let's go do that. And then they just like unbelievable. believable. I even like the ending, really, where like, Charlotte and Alexa run out, and like that's what led to. I know
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Stupid.
the A word heard me. I know that's a match tonight, but like it just everything's going on with this on Raw has been kind of like sort of the unsung hero of like, oh, there's been up and down booking. Oh no, is this a good show? Is this a bad show? This has been consistently a good like program. Whether it's Bailey, whether it's Lyra, whether it's the Kabuki Warriors, whether it's Bailey versus Lyra, whether it's Lyra and whether it's the Judgment Day, whether it's Becky Lynch, whether it's whatever. Everybody's getting everybody over in this sense. This is very like kind of organic and like unsung heroes of TV shows. That was my match of the week. It was very like, it got time, it got space, everybody looked great, everybody came out better. Great show. It led to a match tonight. It flowed into the next segment. It's good. And what they're doing with all of this is what all of wrestling needs to be doing, because it's all very good. And this match is incredible. So that's it.
What do you think my match of the week was that you were so short of it?
Ilya Dragunov versus Johnny Gargano.
All right. Yep. You got me.
Oh, man. Dang.
You got me.
Because it was fucking fantastic.
You got me. You got me. All right. That's fair. My match of the week.
Ciampa walking back beforehand. Even everything going up to this match was just like,
yeah.
Oh, my God. This is like let's paint Walt on this wall here. And it's this match. It's this shit. This was oh my God. Mwah. I loved it too. But I knew it was yours. So I went some other direction.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It was a great match. Great match. I'm glad. So Don the Barber did answer us. And he also offered his suggestion for match of the week, which I couldn't agree with more than anything, but I will give his match of the week first. His match of the week was him stupidly putting the money that he won on the Patriots game on the Steelers in the night game. Yeah, man. No arguments here, bro.
That was dumb.
What a terrible fucking game the Steelers played on Sunday Night Football.
Mike Tomlin is the coach of the Steelers, right?
Oh my God! You're not one of them too,
no,
are you?
I am one of those. Look, I am one of those bet against Mike Tomlin if it is a like 8 p.m. game on Sunday. It is. Oh, hey, the Steelers are in the
fucking Yinzers. You fucking Yinzers piss me off.
The Steelers are in prime time on Sunday.
We are the worst fan base in the NFL.
The answer is not the fucking
Jesus
Steelers.
Christ.
No, I'm not, because like
then next week, fucking they'll win the game next week, and everybody will be on all fours, fucking sucking air off.
Next week happens at like noon.
Fucking news games, goddamn NFL. We're gonna lose games. Fuck out of here.
It's like a noon.
With that being said, we played like fucking absolute dog shit.
Absolutely, no, they're gonna win like next week. Next week they're not. They're just gonna win. It's just gonna happen. You're right, because we need to end up at like fucking 10-7, and that's what's gonna happen. 10-7, 9-8 worst case scenario, but like 10-7 will probably sneak into a playoff spot and blow it in the first round, and that's it. That's the Steelers. Look, if I'm wrong and the Steelers win the Super Bowl.
Not playing like they did last night. No. Well, Don, I'm sorry that our boys let you down and cost you a couple bucks, you know.
You should have asked me first. You should have asked.
The scammer says Walt's right as usual. I don't know what I said, but
you should have asked us first. We would have told you, hey, don't bet on that one. It starts at 8 p.m. Bet at the one that starts at like
Your boys are on a run this season, though, and I'm here for it. I think the league's in much better shape when the Patriots matter. Yeah, man. So, but Don did answer us about Kevin and Scarlett, and he said both of them were awesome, but he also added that Flair was charging $500 for an autograph.
I've taken a piss next to Ric Flair before, by the way.
Did he try to pee on you?
No. I said, "Hey man, big
So
fan."
you talked to him while he had the helicopter blade in his hand.
Absolutely. He was standing much further back than I was. He could have absolutely turned right and pissed on me, but he did not. And I said, "Oh my God, you're Ric Flair." And he said, "Yeah, buddy." And I said, "Massive fan." And he said, "Thank you very much." And then like I stopped peeing, but like he's an old man, so like he was still going. And like so I zipped up and I said, "Take care, buddy." And I left. And that was it. That's the extent of our conversation. I didn't even wash my hands. I was shaking. So sorry.
You saw the helicopter blade. I'd be shaking too.
I did not. So they had that
Space
like
Mountain.
No,
you
they
saw
had
the
the
legendary
divider.
Space Mountain.
You know the divider that exists.
Allegedly.
Look, I didn't see that. I didn't see. Look, if I had the opportunity, I would have looked.
Scammer wants to know: did you get a peep at Space Mountain?
Look, I'm not trying to tell you that I would not have looked, because I would have looked, but I did not have the opportunity. There was a divider. It would have been weird. I had to go up.
Allegedly.
I had to go up behind an old man and been like, "Ooh."
I mean, who's to say that you didn't do that?
I did. Look. I wasn't arrested. I didn't.
Oh no, he probably was like, "Woo!"
It didn't happen. Look, if he'd have helicoptered while peeing, I'd have already told you about it. You'd already know. Look, if I saw Ric Flair's
I'm
dick,
going for a ride on Space Mountain.
look, if I had seen Ric again, if that happened, you would know.
This has gone south extremely quickly.
I would have told.
Oh,
I would have
God.
told you, but I did not, because you would already know.
That's wild.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I would look. You've known me forever. Tell me you're wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Does he woo a lot, like in real life?
He actually didn't. No, he never wooed to me.
Don the Barber comes in and saves the day. Funny story: when I went to Money in the Bank 2021 in Hartford, Booker T took a piss right next to me.
See, like Ric Flair's the only wrestler that I've ever peed next to, and it was like there was a stall between us.
Allegedly,
because like he took.
I imagine it was a trough.
No, we were in a convention center. We were in the convention center. Like there were like 8 stalls.
Allegedly,
there were like 2 people in there. There were 3 or 4 people in there, but like one was taking a shit loudly, going and like there was another guy and his kid.
It was probably Booker T.
Booker T was taking a hard shit. Me and Rick were taking a piss. I was already pissing when Rick showed up, but like you see Ric Flair show up and he's like wearing a shiny like blazer, and like he pees like 2 urinals down, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, Ric Flair!" And he's like, "Thank you," and you're like, "Love you, buddy," and you just leave. Like,
oh yeah, well he's got the helicopter in his hand.
I did not.
It's not weird or anything. This
back.
story is you're making it worse by trying to make it better.
Fine. Okay, I peed with Ric Flair one time. It was great. One of the best
scammer
pees I
says.
ever had.
The scammer says, I met Flair at a wrestling tourney in 2008 when Reed was a senior in high school.
Wait, what?
He said, I met Flair at a wrestling tournament in 2008 when Reed was a senior in high school.
I heard that. Hold on.
Oh, he's fact-checking you.
Yeah, okay, that checks out.
Yeah, I knew it would.
2013. Reed died. Wow, that was only 5 years later.
Well, you know what you know what Rick James used to say.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Well, we appreciate you still being here, rocking out with us. If you are, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Maybe even consider subscribing. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_fall WC. That's ONE. And as always, I'm not doing this. I'm going to. And as always, thanks for hanging out. It's all love, unless you're Don the Barber and Tom. Catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast. Don the Barber says, I met Michelle Obama at a rest stop before 2008.